Wenzen and Tanju are childhood sweethearts who have bickered constantly since childhood, and mothers are best friends, which bound them closely together from an early age. In Wenxen's eyes, Tanju is steaming, vengeful and always targeting her. The most unforgettable grievance is that he recorded her puppy world in high school, had been her first crush abruptly and getting her severely punished by her mother. This incident was the lasting grudge, making her hold an negative view of him for years. Even as adults, they remained distant and hostile, treating each other with cold indifference and constant bickering. Everything changed because of an accidental phone call. Chatting with her best friend, Wenjin joked casually about wanting to touch her friend's figure and guessed the breast enhancement secret. Without checking the caller ID, she answered the call and blurted out the teasing words, only to find that the listener was Tanju, in a deep and ambiguous voice. Tanju asked seriously if she really wanted to touch him, rendering Wenjin completely stunned and embarrassed. She stammered an explanation that she had mistaken him for her funding with just a girl's joke. Tanju did not tease her further, instead informing her that their page would gathered at his home in her mother had cooked her favorite sweet and sour ribs, asking her to come for dinner. Politely to endure her mother's nagging, Wenxin had no choice but to go. The elders chatted happily after dinner, used to their hostile relationship. Left alone in the living room, the atmosphere was awkward and stifling. While Wenxin was scrolling through short videos, Tanju suddenly questioned whether he was in a relationship or having ambiguous chats with others. Frustrated and annoyed, Wenxin explained that she was distracted while eating chicken feet and misread the poll. Yet Tanju looked utterly skeptical. Infuriated by his disgust, she left early with great grievance. Late at night, when Wenxin was about to sleep, Tanju sent a series of extremely ambiguous and bold messages, completely abandoning his usual cold and aloof demeanor. Thinking he was indulging in inappropriate fantasies about her, Wenxin angrily warned him to apologize if she would tell their parents. Just as she was about to block and delete him, Tanju sent multiple high-night definition photos of his well-minus-defined ABS. The sexy and attractive photos shocked Wenxin, subverting her perception with the reserved and taciturn Tanxing, revealing his hidden sultry side. Though she complained about his bold scale, Wenxin was secretly attracted and saved the photos. Since then, they formed an unspoken ambiguous tacit understanding. Tanju regularly sent updated fitness photos with increasingly bold styles, from simple abdominal shots to a nice slip and trendy outfit close minus ups. Wenxin politely accepted his overtures, indulging in this secret and thrilling intimate interaction, and their relationship deteriorated from hostility to subtle affection. During a family dinner gathering, Lingyi nearly got hit by an electric scooter while going out to buy watermelons. Tanju pulled her into his arms instantly to protect her from danger. After the crisis, he deliberately pinched the soft flesh on her waist to tease her, brazenly claiming that her waist felt soft and nice. Grateful for his rescue, Wenjin could only hold back her anger and let it go. On the way back, they sat in awkward silence, yet Tanju's deep and meaningful gaze kept falling on her, making her extremely uneasy. Later, he borrowed her bedroom computer under the pretense of filling out forms, deliberately teasing her and making her vigilant. Gradually, Wenjin realized their secret interaction was overly intimate and crossing boundaries. To avoid irreversible consequences, she decided to stop the ambiguous relationship in time. She deleted all his photos, lied about having an online girlfriend, and told him to find his own partner. Tanju fell silent after reading her message and stopped taking the initiative to contact her. On cue at Exi Festival, Wenxin attended a blind date party organized by her best friend, where she met Fei, a sunny and outgoing freshman boy. Fei was sweet and attentive, calling her older sister constantly, making Wenxin flutter and develop a favorable impression after drinking slightly. After the party, Fei prepared to send her home. Tanju appeared abruptly, snatched Wenxin away domineering lie, and drove Fei away under the pretext of her mother's instruction. He warned Wenxin that Fei was a fickle playboy and wide at her, ruining her new romantic chance. Contrary to expectations, Frankie kept the initiative to contact Wenzen the next day, acting gentle and considerate without resentment. Just as Wenzen wavered and planned to develop the relationship, Hangzhou sent her photos proving that Fei Di had intimate hotel encounters with two different women, exposing his scummy nature. Fully awake, Wenzen thanked Hangzhou for waking her up and agreed to a dinner with him as a reward. Hangzhou drove her to an ancient town in the neighboring city, tasting local specialty hot cotton delicacies. He cooked out all her favorite snacks patiently during the long drive. After dinner, he accompanied her to visit the ancient town and patiently waited for her to finish her unwall-style ancient costume makeup without any impatience. Amid the crowded seated spot, he protected her from harassment every time, making one did really feel his exclusive protection and tenderness beneath his sharp tone. On the return trip, Wenzen fell asleep and woke up to a strange unfamiliar smell in the car. Hangzhou prevaricated with excuses of spoiled milk and gasoline odor, temporarily calming her doubts. Meanwhile, her best friend broke up with her boyfriend after realizing his true character. Soon after, Wenzen reunited with her first love, Soma Yui, who had become mature, successful, and gentlemanly. Soma Yui took the initiative to pursue her again, and Wenzen agreed to get to know him anew, touched by his thoughtfulness and propriety. Hangzhou disapproved of her choice and warned her, but she was blindly infatuated and rat-chatting people, which triggered a quarrel and estrangement between them. Just as Wenzen was about to confirm her relationship with Soma Yui, Hangzhou sent her conclusive evidence, exposing that Soma Yui was relying on an older wealthy woman for career resources and high monthly allowances, even forgetting to share his benefits with Wenzen to maintain their relationship. Disillusioned, Wenzen decisively cut off all contact with Soma Yui, feeling depressed but thoroughly grown and sober. During her low mood, Hangzhou stayed by her side silently, taking her to relax and taste delicious food, healing all her sadness. During a subsequent family gathering, the sleeping love broke down. Hangzhou asked Wenzen to fetch his screwdriver from his bedroom desk. Finding nothing on the desk, she crawled open the door and accidentally discovered his biggest secret. It was full of candid photos of her, ranging from her high school uniform days to her adult daily looks, according every stage of her growth. Shocked, Wenzen recalled all their past interactions and suddenly realized the truth. Hangzhou's childish teasing and bullying in childhood were just clumsy ways of attracting her attention. His recorded her cutty love was mixed with jealousy and worry for her future. All his subsequent detection and vigorous temptation and silent companionship were long moments hidden and deliberate off. A missing night cast and strange cross mouth were all proof of his secret obsession and possessiveness. During a family camping trip by the wetland cart, Hangzhou's meeting to actions late at night after everyone else rested, he finally confessed his years-long secret push, admitting that he did not confess openly for fear of making her hate in war. He tried every way to get close to her, learning her percentage silently and approaching her in the most clumsy way, holding her hand to his ABS. He asked her to be his girlfriend, promising to go on her and what he believed in for a lifetime. Moved by his sincere and humble confession, Wenzen let go of all past grudges and chose to give him a chance. Hangzhou also confessed his unique obsession, revealing that he only lose control and be soft for her. The extra chapter exposed his hidden secrets. He deliberately let her find the photos to reveal his feelings, and here captured her lost night dress as a lifelong collection. The arrogant and sultry childhood sweetheart finally reaped the long-months cherished love he had hidden for years, and the two ushered in a war in mutual affection attended. Hangzhou's rage stayed into heartache and guilt instantly. All his harsh words and disgust were directed at the imaginary outsider, rather the girl he had cherished and protected for years. Seeing the scar on her knee, he felt both angry and distressed, questioning her recklessness in risking it all. All misunderstandings and estrangement had collapsed completely. Charmaine finally summoned up her courage to admit her mom minus hidden love for him. So she immediately proposed marriage. determined to give her and the child a legitimate status and a stable home. John Mayan agreed nervously. They talked for the past sufferance, Hyung-ji his childhood traumas, broken parent minus child relationships, and years of loneliness. John Mayan finally understood that his coolness in recent years was only deliberate restraint. Afraid of losing control and hurting her with his impulsive love, he kept a distance on purpose, and the thought of finding a sister minus and minus law was nothing but devil's temptation. All misunderstandings were cleared. Damn, their hidden love finally saw the lights. Before getting the marriage certificate, Zhang Mayan accidentally found the leather dress petals from the bouquet Duan had given her, which had been secretly torn and discarded by Gyeongji out of jealousy.